Hello friends, and welcome to the Grave Detective channel. Today I'm taking you to the Kapuzinerkirche, Capuchin Church, of the little town of Murau in Austria.
The grave we are visiting today is the grave of Anna Neumann.
Anna Neumann was born on the 25th of November 1535 at Wasserleonburg Castle in Carinthia into a wealthy bourgeois family. Her father, Wilhelm Neumann, owned lead mines in Carinthia and mercury mines in what is now Slovenia. Anna was born of her father's second marriage to Barbara Rumpf-Fulros, daughter of the Burggraf of Klagenfurt, the commander of the Klagenfurt fortress. This union produced 4 sons, Michael, Moritz, Georg and Wilhelm, and 1 daughter, Anna. However, Anna's father already had a daughter, Katharina, from a previous marriage. But in 1536, a few months after Anna's birth, her father died. Barbara, Anna's mother, took over her late husband's business and invested more heavily in real estate. For her various business activities, Barbara sought the help of an advisor, Hans Zenus, whom she eventually married. Born into a Catholic family, Anna converted to Protestantism at the age of 20. In October 1557, at the age of 21, Anna nevertheless married a Catholic, Freiherr Hans Jakob von Tannhausen, from a wealthy Bavarian family. 2 daughters were born of this union, Elisabeth and Barbara. And then, in 1560, 3 years after his marriage to Anna, Hans Jakob died. And in 1565, Moritz, one of Anna's 4 brothers, also died. In 1566, at her mother's urging, Anna married Christoph von Liechtenstein, a Catholic and one of her mother's debtors. In 1569, Hans Zenus, Anna's father-in-law, died. A year later, in 1570, her brothers Georg and Wilhelm also passed away. It should be noted that her eldest brother, Michael, had also already died by this time, but the exact date of his death is unknown. Then, 2 years later, in 1572, Anna's mother Barbara also passed away. Anna then became a very wealthy woman, possessing numerous properties and many debtors, including members of her husband's family. In order to repay their debts to Anna, the Liechtenstein siblings sold her the lordship of Murau in 1574, making her a ladyship, Herrin von Burg und Herrschaft Murau. In 1578, at the height of her power, Anna lost her youngest daughter, Barbara, before she could marry and have children. And in 1580, Christoph von Liechtenstein, Anna's second husband, also passed away. 2 years later, Anna remarried, this time to another of her late mother's debtors, the Protestant Ludwig Ungnad, Freiherr zu Sonneck, a man from a noble family who had rendered numerous military services to the emperor. Ludwig Ungnad notably participated in wars against France and the Ottoman Empire. But in 1584, Ludwig Ungnad died in Klagenfurt. After less than 3 years of marriage, Anna was widowed once again. 2 years later, in 1586, Anna remarried yet again, this time to one of her own debtors, the Protestant Karl Freiherr von Teufenbach. Please rest assured, this marriage would last more than 3 years. It would last 24 years. But these 24 years would not be peaceful, as several events would disrupt Anna's life. First, in 1591, she was mentioned for the first time in a witchcraft trial. A 70-year-old woman, Kunigunde Punzin, confessed, without being tortured, to being a witch and to having caused storms for Anna in exchange of payment to destroy the crops of rival farmers. Anna's defense explained that she had only given Kunigunde some food as alms. Kunigunde was condemned to death for witchcraft and executed. She was drowned before being burned. In the 1590s, the situation for Protestants in Austria began to change. In 1598, an edict, the Ausweisungsmandat der evangelischen Predikanten, Edict of Expulsion of Protestant Preachers, was promulgated by Archduke and future Emperor Ferdinand II of Habsburg. This edict concerned the regions of Carniola, present-day Slovenia, Styria and Carinthia, and ordered the expulsion of Lutheran pastors, the closure of Protestant churches, and the prohibition of Protestant education. Also, around that same period, another piece of bad news struck Anna's life. Her eldest daughter, Elisabeth, died childless. Finally, in 602-603, Anna was once more implicated in a witchcraft trial. This time a couple, Hans Drexler and Lucia Reiniger, accused Anna of giving them wine mixed with blood as alms and promising them money to, here again, bring storms. Under torture, Hans confessed that he had lied. Anna had given him alms to encourage him to pray. Hans and Lucia were condemned to death for witchcraft and executed. And then, in 610, after 24 years of marriage, Karl, Anna's fourth husband, died. Anna was left alone, childless, without descendants, at the age of 75. Anna needed to find a husband quickly, and a Catholic one due to the anti-Protestant laws in force. Thus, in 1611, at the age of 76, she married the Catholic Ferdinand, Count of Salamanca-Ortenburg. Ferdinand was 30 years old at the time of their wedding. Ferdinand's great-grandfather, Gabriel Salamanca, had been a Spanish advisor to Emperor Ferdinand I. But then, 5 years after their marriage, Ferdinand passed away. A year later, on the 25th of July 1617, Anna married for the sixth time. She wed the Catholic Georg Ludwig, Count of Schwarzenberg. She was 82 years old, he was 31. Georg Ludwig was pursuing a career as a diplomat for the emperor. A year after his marriage to Anna, the 30 Years' War broke out. His diplomatic activities then took him as far away as Brussels and England. Sensing her end was near, Anna wrote to the emperor requesting permission to see her husband one last time. The emperor owed her money. Anna's wish was granted. Anna died on the 18th of December 1623. After her death, Georg Ludwig remarried and had 2 sons from this second marriage. He had the Liechtenstein castle in Murau demolished and built a Renaissance-style structure in its place, the present-day Murau castle. He died in 1646. Thanks to Anna's administrative skills and wealth, the town of Murau experienced a period of prosperity. Anna reorganized timber and pasture rights, developed local administration, expanded the hospital, and helped the poor by distributing food and money. She even established a kind of savings system where residents could deposit their savings and receive interest. Nowadays, Murau's town hall houses an exhibition on the life and work of Anna Neumann. And then, a little over 3 centuries after Anna Neumann's death, Murau once again owed a great deal to a single person. At the end of World War II, in May 1945, as the Soviet army advanced towards the town, Karl Brunner, an Austrian resistance fighter and local councillor, had an idea to prevent Murau from falling into Soviet hands. He organized the release of some British prisoners of war held in a camp in Murau and asked them to administer the town on behalf of the United Kingdom. So, when they arrived in Murau, the Soviets found that the town was already occupied by British troops. The maneuver succeeded, the Soviets withdrew. Today, the bust of Karl Brunner adorns one of the town's entrances, in the shadow of Georg Ludwig's castle, not far from the Murau brewery founded in 1495, and not far from the steam locomotive's whistles of the Steiermärkische Landesbahn. Anna Neumann is a central figure in the history of Murau, one of the most interesting small towns I know. Friends, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope to see you soon for another video. Bye!